I get to make my own schedule working from home.
I don't have to sit here and do this right now.
I definitely don't have to sit here and do this right now. If I could do anything with my day, it would be go and find some larch trees. Nearly a year ago today, I drove 8 hours to Banff to go on larch hikes, but I'm pretty sure we have larch trees right here. I think these are larch trees. I'm going to be an adventurer today, and adventurers usually take bread and cheese with them. Ooh, truffle gouda! I was going to take the car and drive up to the hills and go on a hike, but that doesn't sound like an adventure. You have to go in your own 2 feet. For safety precaution, I'm bringing bear spray. Other smart things I'm bringing are my first aid kit, a life strap, water. One thing I don't have is a bike repair kit. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I had. So I realized I've done something pretty dumb. I should invite my stepdad, but I kind of want to go on a solo adventure today. What I'm doing is a pretty big challenge. This road goes all the way to Vernon. I'm gonna go to the Okanagan lookout, and I did drop a pin and it said it's gonna take me 4 hours. It's past noon. It's getting to be winter, so I probably won't make it that far, but it's a goal. My ultimate goal will be to find large trees. I keep seeing exciting things to take a video of. When I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to lose. I saw a strap, but I thought it was a snake, and then I thought it was a snake skin, and it was just a strap. What exciting thing will happen next? I hadn't seen a lot of larch trees growing up, so as they got popular, I learned to call them larches, but according to Canva, these are called tamaracks. I think I'm maybe an hour in, and this marks the spot of the farthest I've biked in any direction in Kelowna. I can't help but notice that I seem to be going away from the larches. I'm driving through farmland until I reach the next town, and then I'm going to turn into the hills, the mountains. Once I pass this lake, I have to decide if I'm going to go into the forest now, or if I take too long, I might be out in the middle of nowhere in the forest in the dark. I think I'll have cell service, but that is a fear that I won't have cell service. I do have a charging brick, but having a phone with full bars will not stop me from being eaten by an animal. It has light on it though. There's no one on this road. I haven't seen anyone for like half an hour. And where I'm going is gonna get a lot more remote, so here's to that. These are choke cherries, and if I ever needed some kind of survival food on my adventure, here they are. I can't believe these are still good at this time of year. They're really big seeds, and they're really sour. That's why they're called the choke cherry. I really like them. I'm already at the turn, and you guys know which way I'm going. I'm going to the forest now. I will see people rollerblading and biking on the side of the highway, up the hill, out in the middle of nowhere, and I think, those people are stupid. What's wrong with them? I guess I've already established today that I'm being stupid. Apparently, I've decided to go up this hill towards this giant cloud that doesn't seem to have any larches on it. Oh well, I'm having fun. Hello, Moo Moo. Sir, will you give me a tow? Do you remember that lake? Look how far I am from that lake. Now we're more in the forest. I said to myself, I'm not gonna need to walk my bike. I'm mountain bike. I'm tough. I'm gonna be so good at this. Oh my god. I was gonna reward myself with my cheese by the time I found the turnoff, and I just realized that I forgot my cheese. I forgot my power block charger, and my phone has 17% battery left. So I have this bread and this bar, and I can't let my phone die because I need to be picked up. Oh, certainly one thing would be to stop taking videos of myself. Okay, bye. Hello, Editing Maddie here. I will fill in the rest of the story for you, and we're going to use the magic of art. This is me, and this is my bike. Nothing much happened for the following hour. I mostly just pushed my bike up a hill. You may have noticed from the theme of this video that I made a few mistakes on this adventure. There's something people call the sunk cost fallacy, and that means that you've invested so much into something that you just have to see it through, even if maybe it's not a good idea. And we are at mistake number 5 here, and I'm going into the forest on a sketchy trail with a dying cell phone. But how could I give up before I even found the trailhead? I knew the trailhead would be well marked, and it was, but I was in a huge hurry. It said 12 kilometers. I don't know how long I can get anywhere in 12 kilometers. It sounds like a number on a bike I could do. I had arranged for my boyfriend to meet me at the second logging road that intersected with this trail. Don't even know what it's called. It was just a point on a map. I had to meet him there at 5. I don't want to be late because he's going to be worried. I motored down this trail. And I am glad that I'm on a mountain bike. It's bumpy, it's fun. There's gorgeous views of the fall colors. I don't see any large trees yet, but it's gorgeous. I take a risk on my cell phone battery. Whee! But then I reach a hill. Boo. And there is a giant tree. So I'm telling imaginary you about how I overcame challenges in my adventure and I got my bike over this great big tree in the middle of the road. But then there's another tree. And this tree is like a 500-year-old fir tree. I don't know how I could possibly get my bike over top of it. I have to get my bike around it, and then I get to a giant boulder field. And you see boulder fields when you're hiking in the mountains, but I thought, okay, maybe this really isn't the biking trail I thought it was. Oh well, I'll see if I can carry my bike over it. And I get kind of an embarrassing way through this boulder field. You have to jump from rock to rock, and I start to really feel worried. I put my bike down, and I walk across the field just to see where the trail picks up, and I can't find the trail at all. At that point, I get out my phone to see if I do have any battery, and I have 3%. So I look at my little blue dot on Google Maps, and I am in the middle of, I don't know where, nowhere, I guess. I can see the green line of the trail, and I am not on it. I take a screenshot, text it to my boyfriend, and honestly, I just don't know what to do at this point. He says, I'm driving up Great Beaver Lake Road. I'll meet you there. Great. Good. I'm getting rescued. I failed in my quest. Oh well, at least I found the trailhead. Time to go home. I didn't see any forks in the road. Like, I thought I took a straight trail. At the bottom of the downhill, we intersect with the road, and this is where I know, yes, I definitely did not come this way. So I look back at the trail I had just come out of, and it says, danger, do not enter, unsafe. And now I have a choice. Do I turn left or right? I honestly have no idea. It's a coin flip at this point. I still have this little 3% that could, so I check Google Maps, turn left. Good, thank God. Very shortly, I'm back on Great Beaver Lake Road. It's almost 5 o'clock, the time I was supposed to meet my boyfriend. I have a 10-minute break sitting in the dirt. I decide that I'll bike down to meet him. He said he's coming up. I'll go down. We're gonna meet in the middle. Great. How could he miss me? I'm on a bike. I don't see any problems here. Downhill is a breeze. I'm passing all these landmarks that took me so long to get by. It just seems like too much time is passing. So I stop and get out my phone. Still have the 3% battery, and I get the following text messages. I tell him again where I am, like this one road. I didn't turn off of it. I text him, I'm where the cows are. He sends me a picture of Google Maps. It says he's 15 minutes away. Okay, I'll sit and wait. I decide to take my bike tire off so that I can get in the car easier, and I'm starting to feel guilty. This was not his idea of a fun day. I wait the 15 minutes. The sun is sinking lower and lower. People are stopping and asking if I'm okay. I keep saying, yep, I have a ride coming. All good. Wave. But as more time passes and the sun starts to set, I think that there must be something wrong. I open my phone again, still have the 3% battery, and I zoom in on the map and realize that is not the lake I thought it was. I don't know where he is. He is somewhere in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I decide to call him because I know he's freaking out. It was not a very fruitful conversation, and neither of us could help the other one. I start to ask him if I should just drive down the road when another person stops and wants to make sure I'm okay.
Yes, I have a ride coming. My boyfriend just got lost. He went the wrong direction. He's coming. No, my bike's okay.
He drives off as my phone dies, and I didn't get my answer. I had taken the precaution of writing his phone number in the dirt because I don't have it memorized. So I wait there as the sun really and truly sets. It really has been a while at this point. The next person that asks if they can help me, I'm gonna say yes. So a good 5-10 minutes later, a car drives by and I wave, but they think that means I'm fine, I guess, and I'm embarrassed and shy and they just drive by. The car after that, I managed to be a little bit more assertive and walk up to them and ask if they can make a phone call on speaker. It's almost dark at this point, so we decide that I'm going to drive to the gas station at the end of the road and he will meet me there. These kind people are very worried about me, but at this point, it's my boyfriend who needs someone to worry about him. And I tried to call him every 15 minutes. He doesn't answer. I know service is patchy up there. I tried to Google if there's a non-emergency number. There really isn't. You just need to call 911. Finally, he answers, and we talk until he gets back at 7 p.m. My adventure has lasted 7 hours. Nothing I did today is out of character. In the end, I biked 47 kilometers and I didn't see a single larch tree except for the ones from my front window. If you haven't seen the adventure I go on where I drive 4 hours to eat a wild cactus in Canada, you should watch that one next. Okay, bye.